fears. I'm on my own, you made it so. And now I'm chasing nightmares. I used to run with you through the great big leaves. Laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you. How long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, to the grand finale of CORSAIR Rising Champs in association with Elite Hubs, where 8 teams were invited to face off against each other on a prize pool of 1 lakh INR. Now, we have seen amazing gameplay from each and every team like SA12, Patel Esports, Biryani Power, every single team that you can name off. has done an incredible job in making up and also entertaining the viewers as well as proving their worth of the prize money itself. But we have to remember that there has to be just one winner of the prize money, and which is why we have to cut the list down and put up a game against GodL Esports versus Team Mahi, which we all were hoping for. And in fact, a lot of you have already predicted that this game is gonna happen on the finale. And this is now it's a third map where we saw both the Team Mahi as well as GodL Esports have secured their victories one-on-one. And it's gonna be best of 5 game. The game has started and looks like it's gonna be pretty much a hefty round that we'll witness.
Well, it is going to be no sort of a man advantage coming in for either teams yet, but look at the team composition. It's a literal copy-paste of the team composition, no difference whatsoever, with the double sentinel, a single initiator, a controller, as well as just a single duelist, being Jet the preferred choice. Now, for some reason, Jet is one of the more preferable agents on this map, purely because of her opportunity of, I would just say, having the map control, and she clears out so much space for her team as well. So it looks as though it can be a pretty simple A-side execute, a B-side execute, as bomb will get planted right away. A lot of spams coming out onto the board here, and this map is tended to go towards the attacker's side, but really, it's going to be the retake that might just be setting the pace here for GodL Esports. Now, the utility being readied up right now, this is going to be really, really important.
Enemy
Now, Deathmaker landing the first kill. He's feeling himself for sure as he lands the second as well. And the trades are so good. The frags are so good. But oh, the damage coming in is even better, as it is going to be Excali getting shut down without any problem whatsoever. And a beautiful retake coming in from GodL Esports.
A retake and a flawless round indeed from GodL Esports, and that is what, as always, I say is gonna give them enough room to go in with the big guns as the SMG is gonna roll out at this point of time. And we'll see how GodL Esports might as well dominate.
Oh, okay.
Since it's their pick, there is a possibility that they will dominate over GodL Esports. So let's not judge about what's gonna happen based on the first round, but I have my favorites already ready. Especially when you see Deathmaker coming in with 3 kills. That is very crucial, especially in the first round. Getting 3 kills with a ghost is not too easy.
Well, GodL Esports have already picked up the first round. It seemed as though they couldn't make it through. But if this map will go out into the favor of GodL Esports, I'm pretty sure Team Mahi will be just shaking their head. Now, White Horse. Very important positioning coming in from him, as it is going to be a quick A-side execution, and this angle is so dangerous, but it is somehow going to be a complete shutdown coming in from the players of Deathmaker and Whitehorse as quick trades come out onto the board here. Good stuff, but LF somehow manages to get one, and not only one, the nullification of the man advantage is so perfect. Well, there it is. The utility damage has come out onto the board here, as it's going to be a quick after-plant situation for all the players of Team Mahi. Will Team Mahi be able to succeed through this round? And that is the real question that they have to answer to. Now, the shock dart should be doing hefty amounts of damage, but unfortunately, it doesn't connect from the single player. Helef, on the other hand, will get shut down instantly. Both the players now on such low HP that it's all about the timing and the patience here, as the timer ticks down on the spike as well. This plant should get tapped upon it. Okay, he's deciding to stick it halfway, and that is a great choice coming in from him, but the trades are so much better, even with both the players being with a foot in the grave. Somehow Team Mahi bring it back.
Indeed, that is what actually unfortunate coming in. And like I said, what happened to the last map is repeating itself. When we see that if you win the first round, you're expected to win the second round, especially when you have the bigger guns, because this is what's going to set GodL Esports in a very terrible economy. But they have nothing to work around. But Deathmaker, on the other hand, is going in with a Vandal as well as a half shield buy. Probably going to put up some plays over here, but it's not okay to be that amount of confidence. Because if your team doesn't have you to back it up, but we can't doubt at the same time about Antidote's capability. I mean, Deathmaker's capability.
Okay then.
On one player.
Well, He is feeling himself, and he is going to continue to reign ahead of everything that comes into his way. Now, quick frags coming out onto the board here, as it is going to be Flex making every possible sound cue in the world. Excali managing to take him out as well, and a quick wall being used to stop any sort of push coming in from the backstabs. Now, a quick push should be coming out onto the bomb side, as a spike should get planted as well. Deathmaker going in for the Vandal buy. Not entirely sure if it's going to be the best of opportunities in terms of their weapon utility, but I do think that if Deathmaker, I mean, he's done it before. He can totally do it again. He has the potential. He has the fragging capability, but look at the timing here. It's so perfect on Deathmaker's side, as he will get a nice shot right through Excali's skull. Now a 1v3 coming in for him, and will the players decide to hunt him down, or will they choose to stay back and take a slow ride ahead in towards defender spawn? Still so slow that it doesn't seem like any of the players want to make any sudden changes in towards the players in towards Deathmaker, especially when Deathmaker is such a dominating character. I mean, he's such a dominating player as well that it seems as though Deathmaker has it all under his conscious, and everything's just set up for him.
Indeed, and I don't think that it would be a smart decision to face a Deathmaker, especially when that guy single-handedly clutched around with 1v5 under heaven in the map of Ascent. The Team Mahi actually knows the potential of Deathmaker, and I don't think it is good enough to gamble on what the guy can actually do, which is a very wise decision coming in, as Deathmaker will save the gun to the next round. But every single one will go in with a full buy. Oh.
Well, a lot of interesting wins coming out onto the board here, as the godlike squad will be going in for an interesting choice of buy. Deathmaker, though, will be staying strong even with the lockdown being present. He's going to dash away right now to possibly get the spike planted as well. Now, good stuff, and that, the utility damage is so good, as it won't only be shutting down Excali's opportunity of escaping that area, but possibly causing a huge error. But the shock darts are even better, as they just keep lowering down Excali's health. Now, the positioning has to be so perfect, but getting a spray down through the wall, just not happening. This is just looking like a massacre coming in for godlike esports. I've seen Mahi's players shut them down. What a round coming in for Team Mahi.
3 rounds on the behalf of Team Mahi. Looks like Team Mahi has already picked up the position, and I don't really have a good feeling about Icebox, because Icebox being a map that is hated by a lot of players in the community. So many angles to check, so many corners that is unexpected for the enemies to peek from. You don't really want to find yourself in such a situation. And it looks like Deathmaker is going in for yet another Vandal buy with a half shield, but the entire team has no money to work around with. I have questions on godlike esports buy, but if it's not working for them, I don't think it is quite a better option to go in, even though it manages to save the gun for them. But look at Heaven's position.
Yeah, like you said before, right? That forced by the habit of I mean, it's just okay, right? So I've been playing in multiple communities, and we have seen so many different types of teams playing in not only the EU region as well as the SA region. But one thing I can say for sure is about the Indian community when it comes to playing Valorant. Their sort of a playstyle is so different, so aggressive with the aim, that it's almost like even if they are on the eco, they somehow manage to be superior in those situations. This is what I'm talking about. Heaven managing to get that kill is good enough, but the man advantage somehow is still going to be nullified by Excali. Now, that is some good stuff, but Deathmaker peeking in through yellow, being so good with his aim. But Antidote coming in with that amazing jet aim, the jet diff that we like to call it in the community. He's turning out to be a nightmare to work with. Now, Antidote returning back all the way around, and Shivy on just 26 HP to work with. He can easily pick up a gun and save it. But not entirely sure why he's not going in for the save. Best option for him would be to go in for the save as well. I mean, there's so many guns lying around, but I think he wants to go in for that plant.
10 seconds left.
plant denial as he will be spotting down Antidote and gets a beautiful shot on him as well. 26 HP to work with, and Hellef obviously having the advantage in terms of weaponry as well as utility. It seems like pretty much done and dusted round, but Shivi making no sound and the utility being used way too earlier than expected. The angle is perfect. The gunner upgrade is going to come into play here, but he has to be so careful. The spams are good, but just in the wrong side of the panel as he will be tapping away on the bomb, and the timing has to be so perfect. But look at that. Perfect stuff coming in from Hellef. A very good clutch opportunity coming in for Shivi, but unfortunately, it does seem that the HP advantage here was just too much to take for him.
A nice try from Shivi. I don't really think there could have been a lot of stuff that Shivi could have done in that particular round, because with that amount of HP, you managed to get one kill, and I would have recommended Shivi to go and save a gun in that situation, because there is no reason for you to take a fight. But I do appreciate his effort on trying, but it just didn't work out for him.
Well, this is what I'm talking about when it doesn't work out to Team Mahi, because Deathmaker is there, and whenever he's there, he just somehow manages to get such amazing kills that it almost feels unreal. Now it is going to be the initial point of success that is going to be bringing in the man advantage for GodL Esports. Whitehorse keeping a close eye in towards that angle to make sure that if anybody does make the mistake of peeking him, he's going to be shut off the server. Good utility damage coming out onto the board here as well, but with the man advantage, it's a very daunting task to deal with. And Team Mahi are going to have to be so perfect with their aim right now that even if a single mistake is done, the ultimate, the utilities, and there it is, the Hunter's Fury doing damage, but not enough to shut anyone down. Instead, it's going to be the guns blazing in glory. Now a 3v5 clutch situation coming in for Team Mahi as Right to Ace will hear every single sort of a footstep. But, oh, look at this. This is such a daunting angle as he doesn't manage to get only one but two. And it is going to be the Hunter's Fury that will not come out into this favor. I was thinking that maybe he'll pull it out, but instead it's going to be the guns again. Just showing how much better they are.
If you look at Right to Ace gameplay, every time he is going on with a lurk role, even though it doesn't really matter what agent he's playing, he's always going in with a lurk. And that is what no one ever expects him to do, because he takes such a weird little angle where players just walk into his crosshair and all he just have to do is not even touch his keyboard, but just press one finger on his mouse button and get 2 easy kills for himself. Which is gonna be the exact situation what happened in the last round where Right to Ace land. As just he was lurking around. A quick timeout is coming in from Team Mahi side for Excali's timeout.
Yep, I do believe that there is a little bit of a technical issue or something going on with the players, but it shouldn't be too long before we hop into the match. But really, what are your predictions for this map? Who do you think is going to be coming out on top?
Honestly, in the first map, I saw Team Mahi dominating. In the second map, I saw the way Team Mahi dominated in the first half. It actually gave me a hope that Team Mahi, without any doubt, without any contesting, Team Mahi will win the second map as well as the third map without any problem. But looking at the performance coming in the second map, from a 4-8 round difference to a 13-11 round difference, where GodL Esports managed to get a second map under their control. I'm guessing that since this map was picked up by Team Mahi, it is a chance that Team Mahi will win this map. But not to forget that GodL Esports has made a huge comeback in the last round, and it is possible for GodL to do the same thing again.
Well, it seems as though we are actually seeing the timer not ticking down anytime soon, but still a lot of time to work with. And I feel as though the economy situation right now, if we take a look at it, Jelly, Team Mahi is stacked up with the moolah. They have so much of economy to work with, especially look at Hellef. He has 9,000 credits right now, so he's maxed out. He can easily just pick up a couple of guns and even drop it over to his teammates to save up and stack up on that economy again. GodL Esports, on the other hand, are looking a little dire in terms of their economy, because economy is such a vital part to the game, and when it comes down to economy, that really can set the pace of how the game is going to go. Yes, your aim and your game sense make a huge change in how you're going to be executing those rounds and how you're going to be pushing out towards your bomb sites and defending your bomb sites. But economy is really just the main decider in that. We're going to be seeing Whitehorse a little bored as he's going to be tracking down, doing some aim training in with some interesting stickers out onto the wall. Hey, all I'm going to say is that's some good aim training right there.
In fact, but like you have said, that big guns will set up the momentum and the pace of the game, but not to forget that Team Mahi did manage to get the second round under their belt, even though GodL Esports managed to win the first round, even when they came in with the big guns like SMGs blazing in, firing every single corner. But Team Mahi did manage to win the second round and taking it under their advantage as well. So I wouldn't really agree to the fact that the guns actually matter. What matters is the team play that you're showing up, as well as the perfect amount of communications and the intel you gather for each other. Because with that, I don't really think any guns will be there to support you. I mean, guns are there to support your gameplay. That's all. That is all is there, in my opinion. Guns are there to support your gameplay, but it is you. It doesn't really matter what guns you're using. You can't just get an ace with a Spectre just by running and gunning. It's just all about the intel and knowing where your enemies are.
Well, we are going to be hopping back into the map, ladies and gentlemen, of Icebox. Now, whoever wins this map is going to have a chance to yet again go in for the fourth map, I believe, which is going to be Bind. Bind being such an interesting map for both the teams, it is going to be one hell of a match to watch, and I definitely want to witness that map because it is going to be an interesting match after all. Now, it seems as though it is going to be the Hunter's Fury still sticking on there, as a lot of the players are going to get flushed off towards the bomb site. Hevan now on only 70 HP to work with. Antidote getting the first kill in the round down onto Flex. Oh, so very low on the HP, but it's somehow going to be Deathmaker trying to equalize the man advantage. Deathmaker, 4 HP to work with. No heals on his team either, and it looks so daunting right now that there's really nothing he can do. But the rotation comes in from Team Mahi, and so does Helef. Right around the corner as he lands a beautiful headshot down onto Shivi. The sound cue has been given, and the HP advantage is definitely there for Helef. Yet again, prevailing in this situation, it is Helef. Now Whitehorse, Killjoy versus Killjoy battle, the stare down. Who's going to be winning it out? Only time will tell, as it is going to be a very quick push coming in, and Helef missing the shot, but he's playing so aggressively. He heals his sound, but doesn't make a push, and oh my. Okay then, I guess Amaterasu's footsteps were just a decoy to what was really going on through his mind.
I am kind of confused of what is exactly happening with the GodL Esports as well as Team Mahi, because it's very awkward to see that you have like both of them whiffing the shots on each other, but it could have been an easily take out from either one of the Killjoy. But somehow Amaterasu is gonna take the last kill by just doing the same exact lurking role where you don't really expect. There will be one guy holding off. And if you ask me what I find weird about this entire tournament, is nothing other than Excali playing Sage.
I mean, yeah, I could agree with that. I usually would expect the IGL to pick up the role of the Sage on this map purely because of how much of dominating, performance she can have on this map. But oh, Hevan now stuck in a very sticky situation, as he's not going to manage to even get a single kill down towards yellow. Deathmaker, 2 knives in hand, will try to tap away on the head, but 1 knife only, and oh, the perfect headshot to essentially put a cherry on top of the cake. Flex now just shooting away with the Bucky, hoping to hit a perfect shot, but I don't think that's ever going to happen for him, as he's just been so unlucky. But Shivi, on the other hand, says, you have a big gun, I have a classic, as he will get shut down by Antidote and Excali with the nice little headshot through Flex. It's going to be a simple round coming in for Team Mahi.
Again, we can see the exact thing that is going on in the first map as well as the second map. And we're witnessing the same thing in the third map where we can see godlike esports trying to break the momentum coming in from Team Mahi, but somehow Team Mahi is counter that and take up the momentum back again.
Here.
Deathmaker, we can see Deathmaker is going in with the 12 kills, 6 deaths with an
Together.
operator and a full buy. That is what I love to see, and I'm hoping that this will be a game changer right now. If only he manages to connect the dots, but look at Helef, he's not falling for that trap.
He knows that that angle is so good, and see, he knows it now as well that Deathmaker probably picked up the op in this round. 2-6 scoreline, not looking too hot for godlike esports. But it's going to be Helef landing the first kill in the round as he shuts down Whitehorse. So any sort of a presence, any sort of a utility usage coming in from him has been removed off the server. Now it is going to be godlike Shivy playing very aggressively into his mid. The boiler's control has been taken, and so has the mid area. Under tube can be a possible play for them as well, but they have to be very slow as they try to make this push happen, because a single mistake could cost them the entire round. Now, a 5v4 clutch situation coming in for godlike esports as the revive comes into play here as well. And the revive's perfect, and so is Helef's positioning. But I do think that he gave the sound away, as it is going to be Heaven now, trying to battle with so many players all alone on the bomb side. The wall protecting the plant. Oh, the timing on that, the spray transfer, taking off a chunk of damage from his armor. Now the quick ultimate usage to get the intel as well, but it's not going to give him much unless and until there's Deathmaker to save the day as he shuts down Helef. A fragging machine of a Sentinel player as Deathmaker is playing so close around his smoke and just playing around like a madman. He will spot one and get that kill as well. Get the man at operator, and he can make magic with it. Now, a 3v2 boiling down essentially to a 1v2 as Deathmaker is now going to have to deal with this all alone. A right click to the head, but Amaterasu coming in clutch with what an amazing round. Team Mahi yet again clutching things up, and it's going to be an amazing round coming in for them.
Good. A very good try from Deathmaker. Sitting on 15 kill and 7, 3 beautiful operator shots that he landed. Could not save up that gun at least in the last round. It's gonna cost a little bit of economy damage as they are going in with a economy buy, as he will try to save up the economy for the next round. We'll see another shotgun stage gameplay coming in from godlike esports.
I mean, I'm just speechless right now. Last game, it was Team Mahi just getting shut down by godlike esports, but now it seems as though it's a massacre coming in for Team Mahi as they just completely don't even give a single chance to godlike esports. Still though, the opportunity is there, and the comeback opportunity is definitely on the board here, on the table. It is there, but look at the positioning. 4 players now, essentially. I mean, it's a 5v2 now, and they all are positioned in towards a bomb site. It should be a pretty easy A side take, as Shivy will manage to get 1 kill, trying to dodge around, but the bullets of Helef are just so clean that it's just going to take him off the server. 8-2, Team Mahi now with a 6-round lead.
Honestly, I wouldn't say that it looks hopeless for godlike esports with this scoreline difference of 2-8. There is still a possibility to go as to closing up the gap of the huge gap between the scoreline difference. If they can manage to go 4-8, and we can see what happened in the map of Haven, if I remember. Was it Haven?
Yeah.
In the map of Haven. I mean Ascent. I'm very sorry. It was Ascent.
First map was Haven, and then the second one was Ascent. And
yes, on the map of Ascent, where godlike esports managed to crew a complete comeback, and I'm expecting to see something similar kind of happen in this map as well. Especially with Deathmaker with the Oh.
Well, he's gonna get spotted out there, but decides to still not move from the position as he gets tagged up not once, but twice. And the fake jump coming in from right to ace does not get spotted by Deathmaker. Nevertheless, it is going to be a pretty standard default push coming in from the players of Team Mahi. Not making any sort of a commitment in terms of pushing yet. All the players positioned in towards every angle possible as they're trying to get the A site initial control. That sort of initial control is going to be very important.
You should run.
But the utility usage here is so perfect that it might just be a site up for grabs, and there it is. The Hunter's Fury coming to play here, as well as Whitehorse will be shutting down Helen without any problem whatsoever. And look at Evan. Oh, so good with the patience, and the trigger finger is just so patient, as it is going to be a 4v3 clutch situation coming in for Team Mahi, and somehow Excali is still trying his level best to pull off rounds that was unthinkable, but it is going to be a complete shutdown, as Right to Ace is now in a 1v2 clutch situation, and ultimate to work with, but no time. It's going to be 10 seconds. Now as the time is ticking down, it is going to be Whitehorse shutting down Right to Ace with 3-8 scoreline.
Like I said,
Last
that
round
it
before the
might be
switch.
a break of momentum as well as the pick of momentum, as we can probably see what we are seeing the map of Ascent with a scoreline difference of 8-4, and there could be a possibility of a comeback from GodL Esports. But miracles happen, but miracles doesn't happen all the time, and it could be Team Mahi that might just go with a happy face because it is their pick as well. This map was picked up by Team Mahi, so there's a huge probability that Team Mahi is gonna secure the game for themselves. But not to forget that GodL has a lot of tricks put up under their sleeves, and we might be watching something amazing coming from them.
Yep, I would just say tunnel vision and figure out and get that early on map control, because what Team Mahi is really doing is they're just stationing one player into its A site to make a lot of sound and then fall off and act like there's a rotation come into play here. Now Deathmaker's positioning a great position for multi-fragging, but is it going to be the operator coming to the rescue, as he will manage to somehow tag up the legs of the players? Now, all the players closing in on him from all angles, that this might just be nearly impossible for him to deal with. But look at Excali, so good that it is going to be a quick train of frags coming out onto the board here. Now, with Whitehorse shutting down LF, it looks almost impossible, as this is going to be the last round in the first half, ladies and gentlemen. A quick rotation coming in from Antidote as well, with a Vandal in hand. He has performed beautifully with the Vandal before, and he can do it again. But, really, who is going to be the one prevailing to the top? Right to Ace now.
30
no ultimate
left
to work with. And it is going to be a quick plant coming in from Team Mahi. Slow on the push, yet it is going to be them trying to contest the bomb site. They choose to not play this one for the retake. Smart decision coming in from them, but the positioning of the players is really what can set the tone. Now it is going to be Antidote peeking in really quickly, managing to get one, but only one, and it is all down to Right to Ace as he jumps around like a little bunny and gets shut down by Flex. 4 rounds coming in for GodL Esports. Good stuff, but yeah, that was a pretty much done and dusted round anyways.
A good round indeed, and like I
Switching
said, that there
sides.
is a possibility of them winning the round against Team Mahi if the scoreline goes into 4-8. There is a hope of comeback, which just happened, which is what exactly happened in the map of Ascent. But it's not, we can't really say that GodL Esports is looking slacking anywhere. They are actually doing whatever they can do and whatever their capabilities. And like I said, this map is an annoyance. I don't really love this map at all, especially winning some rounds against this map will be a big factor for me. Doesn't really matter which side I'm on, but it's pretty much looking like it's a defender's, I mean it's an attacking sided map, and GodL Esports going towards defender side. Ooh.
Well, it is going to be a surprise that Antidote gets tagged up pretty heavy with barely any HP to work with. He'll still try to tap heads away as he manages to somehow get not only one, but does damage to another player. Hevan, on the other hand, nearly missing the head, but he somehow manages to get tagged and just so blind that there's really nothing he can do in this situation. A quick rotation coming in from the players as well, and as it's going to be GodL Esports now into a 3v5 clutch situation. Really, the man disadvantage can be seen here. They look like they're just in such a desperate situation. Now, a quick oranges push coming in surprisingly, so this might actually work out in their favor. This might just be perfect. as they are going to be readying themselves up for that retake. All the sound cues possibly being given, and Shivi's positioning might just be the reason why they can win this round. Both the players positioned in towards yellow, but Shivi, quick on the trigger finger, will manage to secure that kill onto Helef. Shutting down Helef has been important, and it can't get more important than this, as there's going to be Deathmaker jiggling around, trying to take the picks, and it's going to be boiling down to essentially a 3v2 to a 2v2, tapping away with the goals, and Deathmaker so good with his aim that he manages to get the 3 kills in a row. Wow, good stuff coming in for Deathmaker for GodL Esports.
A 3v5 round, a very well done round coming in from GodL Esports, winning the first round, but not to forget that Team Mahi has managed to pick up the pace for the second round, and it is possible. It is a second chance coming towards GodL Esports. They might as well win the second round because they don't really want to give up the momentum towards them, because each round is actually mattering, and a comeback can be done very easily if they pick up the same momentum. And Deathmaker doing that 1v3 round over there, especially when you know that your friend Shivi is very low on your health, you don't really want to lose another man in that fight.
Well, this is a comeback waiting to happen from GodL Esports. We've seen it before, and we're going to see it again, as Deathmaker will be tapping away with the coast like a just any random rifle, but a quick spray down, and it's going to be a shutdown of Team Mahi all over again. The aim is just so perfect, but look at Amaterasu now in a 1v5 plus situation, having to deal with really nothing to work with. It is going to be Shivi clutching up the round, and a nice round coming in for GodL Esports.
A nice round indeed, and all thanks to Deathmaker with those first picks coming in towards the map, towards A side. It's gonna open up, not really open up the side for them, but it's gonna weaken up the defense on the side of A. Just gonna give them a very heavy rush coming in, as Flex gonna take few kills over there as well. But like I said, if you miss the shot against team like GodL Esports, there is a death sentence coming forward towards you, and that is what happened to Amaterasu. He didn't connect the first shot, and looks like they're repeating the last threat again.
Yep, they want to make it work out for them, but how much can they do it? The tags are so good that it's going to be the launch round bonus. It might just be working out in their favor, as Helef has been slowed down, but he still manages to get one. The trades are good, and the trigger control is even better. Spawning the gun barrel in the wrong time. It is going to be Heather landing a nice shot for himself. Good head tag coming out onto the board here as well, but the reload at the wrong time, and the positioning just so bad that it really seems so unfortunate. But it's going to be Whitehorse now in a 1v1 against the great Antidote. Getting spot out of God, and it is going to be Antidote clutching this one up. A very good effort coming in from them.
A gameplay about skill, your aim, your mechanic talent, and your gut, and how you communicate with each other. But one factor we don't actually point out every single time when we play a game like Valorant is the timing. Every single time we have seen how timing is literally the one factor that has got the entire team down. When you just think that there could be no one, it just goes back and tries to load, but gets down to the wraith of Antidote, who's gonna get some easy kills and catching people off guard and just tapping their heads off.
Yep.
That is so unlucky.
He's just so good. I know I've said this a lot about Antidote and Deathmaker being so energetic when it comes out into the map of highest bosses. Well, it's any map. As a matter of fact, look at this. Antidote, very good positioning. He will get spotted out, but manages to get a nice free kill, showing that obviously he's there to clutch up the rounds when necessary. Hevan, though, getting the instant trade, that is going to be good stuff. Still, very slow progression coming out from these players, as they're not really, I would just say they're taking their time, and that is a good decision. But what do you think, Jelly? Is this going to be the sort of a comeback that we can expect yet again?
I was about to give my sentence, but that did not fail to make me laugh when they just said you, and that was so sad. That was so sad coming in for the team. When you expect the revive is gonna come up, but just take you down with it.
Yep.
But a comeback, if you're gonna ask for a comeback, there is hope that a comeback is still possible. Like I said,
30 seconds left.
I did not lose hope on Godlike, because Godlike, what they are doing right now is what I would like to call a miracle, and repeating the miracle twice in the same day. Oh, and the same tournament as well. It's not likely to happen, but oh.
Well, it is going to be Deathmaker shutting things down and winning out another round for Godlike Esports. Now, it seems as though Deathmaker has been getting the influential frags for his team. I mean, look at the scoreboard for a second, right? 23 kills right now, with a huge difference in terms of the kills with the rest of his teammates. Now, can we call it a bit of a carry? Can we call it a bit of a dominating gameplay coming in from him?
I don't find it wrong to say, especially when we know players like Hervan, Whitehorse, Shivy, and Flex, all of the dominating players, but sitting down. And we also know how amazing Deathmaker is, the literal MVP of any game that he plays, and we know how good that player is. And Flex going to shut up Antidote is gonna cause Team Mahi a huge disadvantage, because Antidote is another. Oh my god, they are literally down by two of the most important players of Team Mahi.
Ooh, this is looking so scary, as it is going to be Team Mahi on a huge man disadvantage. Godlike Esports up by 3 players. The man advantage, the HP advantage, the gun advantage. This looks like a done and dusted round for Godlike Esports. Team Mahi now on shambles, on their knees now, begging to find the answer to what can be a victory against them. But Amaterasu still wants to take that fight. He still wants to believe in his team, and that is going to be a victory nevertheless in terms of a gun loss. But Hevan finally picking up the pace and gets 3 beautiful kills for his team. Now, Godlike Esports 8-9, so close into equalizing the scoreline.
I would not really say I mean, yeah, it is close coming in from Godlike Esports, because I didn't really see this coming from Godlike Esports, because they were in like such a huge round disadvantage between both on the first half. I will say that there is no point of me hoping that Godlike Esports might as well do a comeback. But hey, they have done it on Ulster, and it is possible that they could do it on Icebox as well, and which is exactly what they're doing.
Very well put. Now look at Antidote. He's pushed in all the way. He will get spotted out as well. The dash to protect him, just in case if he gets taken off the server. Now look at this. Look at the utility usage coming in. The lockdown comes into pursuit as well, and there should be some sort of counter to this, but it is going to still be no utility used whatsoever. Shock darts, not good for any damage either, and it is going to be an A-side plant coming into the favor of Godlike Esports. Most likely a full-grown retake coming in. Deathmaker somehow managing to escape the wrath of the players. But this looks so impossible that it might just be Deathmaker somehow managing to get a grasp of 1 kill, but it is going to be the retake of the player. The 4v4 retake is right to Ace, will be landing a beautiful shot into the head of Flex, and the Hunter's Fury is so perfect that it does damage, and more than damage, it's going to be a nice kill coming in with the Hunter's Fury as well. Almost thought that right to Ace couldn't have gotten this clutch up, but he proves me wrong yet again.
Not to forget, a right to Ace is a silver main, so it is kind of not okay to think the right to Ace wouldn't land all those ults. Yep. But yes, we have seen a lot of mistakes coming in from Team Mahi, as we have expected a lot of gameplay that might have taken place, but it is just not happening for Team Mahi. But the last round is what Team Mahi exactly needed to try to pick up the momentum, because they have the gun, they have the utilities, they have the economy to work around with. And at this point of time, they need to dominate they need to use all of them to capitalize over the fact that they can't let them win anymore.
Yeah, it is going to be a little difficult, because really it's just Team Mahi right now. They are so strong, they are so dominating, and I don't think they want to lose out on the opportunity of winning one of their map picks, I believe. So it is going to be a little risky as we are loading into this map. 8-10 scoreline. I think a little too close for comfort. It is such an intense matchup, ladies and gentlemen. I know that we are all nervous while we're watching this, and we are all waiting to see who's going to be coming out on top. But really, to keep your calm and keep your cool is the key in this, and that's what the players are doing right now. Whitehorse making a little bit of sound by jumping up towards Pipes, and I think Antidote is aware of that movement, but does he know that he's right above of him? Yes, he does, as he's also getting a nice flick down onto the board here. No man advantage coming in for either team. Heaven with the beautiful ult usage right there. He will be spotting one towards oranges and should be able to get Excali off the server as well, but the timing is just never in his favor, as it's going to be boiling down to a 3v3 with 3 ultimates to work with for Godlike Esports. Now Helef, so quick on the trigger finger, will manage to somehow make things work for him, but this looks like a complete shutdown coming in as Antidote somehow makes this amazing sort of a gameplay happen. Now, the retake has to be better than before, but Jetmaker so good with the aim that manages to take down Antidote, who has been such an amazing Jet player before as well.
And it's safe to say that we are looking at a Jet diff performance coming in from Deathmaker against Antidote. I don't think it is okay for me to say, but what else can I help myself with? When it's literally Jet versus Jet, and you know the position of where Deathmaker was sitting, and yet you miss up your spray on him, and as that round is gonna go
Right
on
here.
behalf of Deathmaker, securing the ground towards Godlike Esports with score difference of 9 to 10. This is looking hopeful for Godlike. The comeback is real indeed.
The comeback is totally doable.
Destroyed.
It is going to be a very daunting task to deal with, as there's only 1 round to go. And look at Deathmaker. He's already pushed in all the way towards long. He's gotten the intel, and the tags are so good that, oh, the player being spotted towards oranges is even better, as the eco round is going to be coming in for Deathmaker's advantage. Halef now being very careful. It is going to be Deathmaker flicking right towards the head of Halef. Now Deathmaker is in this for revenge, as he's good for the third as well, running in for the pursuit of the ace, as it's going to be Excali peeking in the wrong time, and Excali just gets shut down by Deathmaker. And oh, he's going to have the opportunity for the ace. Somebody give this man another ace, because that's all he needs to get his pumping blood going through his veins right now. He just needs that ace, and I'm sure he's hungry. Antidote, though, being very careful, does get one. But it's going to be Deathmaker now. Look at him. He's hungry. He wants the ace, and he's going in for the ace as well. And all the players now trying to throw, but Hamon steals that ace from the hands of Deathmaker. Just unfortunate, but fair enough. Maybe he just didn't want Deathmaker to have 2 aces in a row. Might just make him a little overconfident. You know, it can happen.
In my opinion, Godlike Esports was probably thinking better safe than sorry. As Antidote managed to take up a kill, and it just doesn't want to feed towards Antidote just because of an ace for Deathmaker. But sorry to see Deathmaker not getting the ace, and that is not something that is to be that we need to feel bad about. But what matters is that they have managed to equalize the score to the 10 to 10, and there is possibility of them winning this map as well.
Well,
Take flight.
right to ace now, taking that early mid control, trying to get that intel early out into the round as well. That's some good stuff. But right to ace will most likely get a tag out onto the board as well, and those walls are wall bangable, somehow escaping that damage that might be inflicted upon him. Seems as though it is going to be a quick B execution, as all the players of Godlike Esports are preparing themselves for a quick push in. Now there it is, a utility does go off, and so does the intel. It's going to be the perky ears of all the players of Team Mahi popping off right now, as Excali is trying to hit a beautiful headshot. Nothing to be hit onto yet, as Deathmaker is just toying around with his food like it's just a joke for him. Now, Deathmaker does get spotted out in towards yellow. All the players being positioned in towards a completely different angle. I do believe that they want Deathmaker to go in for this on the solo ride. Him to be the only one to contest in towards the yellow area. Still though, he will spot one, and it's good for the first as well, but the pursuit for the second is even better. And the clutch coming in is just looking so doable right now for Deathmaker, as he just escapes the eyesight of one, but Amaterasu getting that kill was more than enough. Whitehorse on the instant trades, and it is going to be Antidote going in for the save with the operator in hand. What a round coming in for Godlike Esports. What is happening right now, Jelly? It looks like Godlike Esports has some different plans in their mind.
Like I said even before the round had started, that this round might as well go towards the favor of God like Esports, especially when God like that Maker is looking very confident about the gameplay that is going. There's one solo guy holding on the side. It's just the teammate is like, you know what, we don't even need to contest the side. God, let's just leave that Maker on the side and he will just clutch the round for us.
Exactly.
And that is what that Maker did by managing to get 2 kills, but dying to Amaterasu by holding a really weird angle that he did not expect. And the timing was so just off of him. But that doesn't really matter as he's going to go contest mid again, hoping.
Oh. Yeah, probably not the best option to contest mid in that way, but maybe he could have tried something similar to what he did the previous round. Nevertheless, no man advantage coming out on either side of the ordeal, as it is going to be 1 minute and 18 seconds to work with on the clock. A quick A-side execution as all the utility is used out pretty much early in the round. And the players are positioned in towards a retake. But oh, Excali coming in with that quick push is going to be better than expected, as it is going to be Deathmaker now spotting not only 1 but 2 players. He gives over that intel as well, and the quick revive versus revive comes onto the board here, as it's going to be Flex getting shut down by Right to Ace's Guardian in hand. The lockdown into pursuit, and oh, just so quick on the trigger finger. Deathmaker, stop being that menacingly beast that you are, and oh god, will Deathmaker have the opportunity to get the ace again? Maybe, but it is going to be a 2v2 clutch situation as Deathmaker will be jumping up in towards the Rafters side. Now this is going to be a very tough challenge as he spots 1, gets tagged up quite hefty. And there it is, Right to Ace coming on that lurk as well with the perfect timing. It is really important, and that lurk might not be expected either. Now the spike will get planted, his eyes pierced in towards Rafters as Right to Ace will be shutting him out. 11-11 scoreline, looking good for Team Mahi.
Honestly, if you ask my opinion about Right to Ace's gameplay, he just gets most of the kill just by lurking them in the huge flank that came in from all the way from mid to A-long to fights. That is the exact gameplay what is helping Team Mahi win a lot of rounds with just 1 lurk, because no one actually expected, neither did that Maker, who is managing to get so many kills but did not see it coming from miles away, that Right to Ace is about to chase him from behind. But it still looks promising, and the scoreline is equalized yet once again. Both the team needs 2 more rounds to win. But what matters is which team will get it.
Well, whichever team does get it, we are nevertheless going to be hopping into the next map, which is going to be Bind. But I mean, just look at how close the scorelines are right now. 11-11. It seems as though GodL knows exactly what's happening, and it doesn't matter. Just because they are a new reformed team, they are still coming to the best of the best, and they're going up against the best of the best because they know what it takes to be that level of a player. Now, all the players are stacked in towards A mains, as it is going to be a quick A-side push. The ultimate, the Hunter's Fury, even better than expected. It is going to be Helef shutting down not only 1, but has the opportunity for the second. The Nano Swarm pushing Deathmaker off of that positioning as well. The best option for them right now is to get the spike planted, but Helef so good on the trigger finger that he will be taking down 4, and not only 4, in for the ace, and there it is. The ace for Helef. He is angry, he is mad, and he is there to clutch things up when the team really needs it. Helef now finally coming in with the ace.
An ace and a match point for the team as this is the last round that can either determine whether the team will go in for an overtime or it will be an easy win coming in. I should not say it's an easy win that will come in from Team I, because the contesting coming from GodL Esports is just too good, and you don't really wanna say that any team is at any fault because they are doing their very best. But GodL Esports has it. I guess this can go to the overtime.
I wouldn't be surprised even if it did, because I mean, look at it, they are just so menacingly dominating that it really doesn't seem like any problem whatsoever, as Deathmaker will be landing the first kill in the round and bringing that man advantage to the team, as it's going to be Flex converting onto the second kill as well. A match overtime coming into the pursuit here, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think? Who is going to be the winner? Make sure that you give all the love and support to your team right now and to your favorite players so that they know that you're there supporting them all along. White Horse now peeking into the complete wrong angle as it is going to be Excali just getting shut down even with the Pika's disadvantage. And Heaven, why? The timing on that is just so unfortunate as it is going to be Antidote peeking at the wrong time. Now a 2v4 clutch situation as Hellef will be using his lockdown as well. The ultimate can be taken out with the Hunter's Fury, but better to leave that for a retake or a post-plant situation. Now both the players coming in towards the bomb site and quick jump up towards the wall, but Hellef gets shot down by White Horse on very little HP as well. Antidote now in a 1v4. Overtime possibility is there, but it is going to be Antidote utilizing his best to try to get this clutch into his hands. And no, there it is. There's that smoke coming in. The opportunity for the Ninja Diffuse, but it's not there when you have White Horse on your team. There is no such thing as a Ninja Diffuse. Good round coming in. Team Mahi and Godlike Esports as it goes to the first overtime.
And overtime this is what it's like to experience a sheer pressure that's coming from both the team, and this is what I was waiting for, honestly, in overtime. I mean, in the finals. In overtime, at least you expect an overtime coming in, because we know that both of the teams are very good. It doesn't really matter against which, but performing a new roster against an experienced team like Team Mahi, I did not really expect it to go to overtime, but we do really want to see overtime, don't we?
We all love to see the overtime. We all love to see such amazing performance coming in from both the teams that I'm not surprised whatsoever that the teams are just so menacingly performing. Look at this. There it is. The push. It's so perfect. But look at Deathmaker now escaping the rat that might just be coming onto him. Ooh, this is looking a little dangerous. Well, still, Antidote pushing in through towards yellow. It's going to be Deathmaker, Jet versus Jet. Who is going to be the game changer? That's the real question, as it is going to be Heva sitting on top of the box like a literal king. Still, somehow managing to get the kill. It's going to be Antidote coming in clutch, but it's going to be instant trades coming out onto the board here, as it is boiled down to a 2v3. Amaterasu now taking the spike on back towards a bomb side, but right to Ace just doesn't let Heaven escape. Now, a 1v3 clutch situation coming in for Godlike Esports. How will Flex manage to take down 3 just amazing players? That's the real question. We have right to Ace with an ultimate as well, waiting on for that lurk. Whereas we have 2 players being Hellef and Amaterasu. They are so sharp with their aim that it is going to be a plant coming in. Left. But Flex speaking in the wrong angle, and it is going to be Hellef shutting things down. Now, who will be going in for the... Now, it is going to be, of course, match point coming in for Team Mahi, but who will have the opportunity to equalize the scoreline and go in for the second timeout? Or is it going to be Team Mahi going in for the second map win?
Very hard to decide, but Team Mahi might as well just wrap up the round entirely at this round, because it's not impossible for Team Mahi, because if they try to remember the exact strats that they have done on the second half, they might as well pull it up. But if you look at Antidote's buys going in with an operator.
Oh, just so crisp with his aim that it does seem just such an easy task for Deathmaker, as it is going to be Antidote taking him out of the server. Now it comes a real daunting task. How will Godlike Esports be able to clutch this one out? It's really hard to tell. Godlike relying on his comrades, relying on Deathmaker to bring in the most impactful frags. How are they going to be able to clutch this one up? That's the real question. Now, right away, he's getting spotted in towards, it's going to be Heaven taking him out of the server. The wall comes into play here as well, and it's going to be Antidote trying to reposition himself. No armor, no utility, only a dash to work with, and the timer ticks down slowly but surely. But peeking in the wrong timing. It's just turning out to be so unfortunate for him, as he will take out the recon as well. Downgrading to a Phantom. The equalization of scorelines is so perfect, but it's going to be Flex somehow managing to take Antidote off of the server. 3v2 clutch situation, and there it is. Deathmaker, ladies and gentlemen, is back on the server as well. So this just seems like another overtime coming in, and yes, it is Godlike Esports making it to the second overtime.
the much needed
Overtime.
revive that came in from Flex. Not to forget that Flex managed to get all those kills just to revive his fellow teammate Deathmaker, which the entire team is depending on. Imagine if you have 38 and the 38 kills and 19 death against a team like Team Mahi. You have to be too good of a player to perform that ridiculous in a tournament like this against the most prestigious team in the whole India, as well as in the SE region as well.
Yeah, I mean, Team Mahi, they are known for their dominating performance, but I don't think that even matters for Deathmaker because he's just somehow plowing through it and still managing to get some amazing kills onto the board here. Now, really, it's all about the momentum breaker. Over times where really the entire process becomes also tedious. One round after the other just goes out, vice versa, into the favor of the opposite teams. Ooh, Deathmaker making that aggressive sort of a gameplay might just not work out in his favor, but he still manages to stay very sharp with his senses. Spots Antidote, dashes away immediately, and he is going to be going in, but oh my god! What an insane headshot coming in from Deathmaker as he shuts down any possibility that might be coming in for right to ace. Now, a 5v2 plus situation as Excali is sitting on top, and there it is, Shivy spotting him as well, and it's going to be a shutdown coming in for the entire Team Mahi. Antidote in a 1v5, he's done it before, but can he do it again is the real question as, oh, Heaven right around the corner, lurking like a little ghost, and he will be taking him out of the server. 14 to 13.
Match
Point
point.
out in and looking much hopeful towards GodL Esports at this point of time, because last time we saw how Team Mahi managed to secure the first round of the first overtime, and I am really losing words to say right now because the game is going so intense, and especially looking at the buy coming in from Antidote, an operator. That means he doesn't have any armor, doesn't have any any utilities to work on. Unlocking the first kill. Might as well open up and look at Antidote's position. Oh.
Okay, this is a very interesting positioning to hold. And okay, he spots not only one, he'll be spotting the other as well. It's going to tap away, but it's going to be Deathmaker shutting things out way early out into the round, spotting him through the smoke as well. Antidote's positioning somehow gets unchecked, unfortunately. Still though, the spam, the everything has to be so perfect and on point that it is going to be almost an impossible retake. Now, right to ace. Peeking in through the corners with one player already down with a foot in the grave. It is going to be a hard task to deal with, especially when they have no ults to work with either. Now, a 3v3 full-blown retake coming in for the players, but it is going to be right to ace, taking out Deathmaker off of the server as he not only gets the first, but also the second and the third kill coming in for him. Another overtime coming in for Team Mahi.
Don't really know what happened over there, but I guess we saw everyone the whiff Antidote did. If you see Deathmaker and Shivy standing right in, Deathmaker and Havan standing right in front of you, you need to press tab and look at the scoreboard. You should know who to kill first and who not to kill. But instead, Antidote decided to let Deathmaker go and instead lock his aim on Havan. He's gonna get instantly traded off by Deathmaker as he's gonna flick 180 and take off Antidote off the server. But it really doesn't mean a lot as Team Mahi will manage to equalize the score to 14 to 14 as we step on to the third overtime of the game.
Well, now it's going to be Team Mahi on the attacking side again, going in for an 8-take with GodL Esports reading them like a book, because look at this, all the three players stacked up onto its side, and oh, Kevin will be spotting one, will be spotting the second, but it's good for 2 frags, and that is it. Team Mahi now completely getting shut down with the hands of all GodL players. What a quick round coming in for them.
What was that?
Switching sides.
The gamble
Match point.
completely supported GodL Esports. Who would have thought, out of so many chances, no split play, no one thought that we're gonna fake out lead, nothing, but they all committed to one side, and out of all the odds that's gonna happen, they stacked up on A as well. It's gonna shut down. entire team. What is going on right now? I really can't see. I really can't see what's going on.
I'm just getting so restless right now in my chair because this game is just looking like a never-ending fairy tale. Like, yes, we want to see more of this matchup, but really, who is going to be the winner of the third map? That's the real question. We have so many more maps to go. We have 2 more to go, ladies and gentlemen. And who is going to be the successor for both of those? The first team to pick up the 3-map win is going to be taking home the amazing prize pool of 1 lakh rupees. Now, Maker gets shut down instantly by Antidote, as it is going to be a quick blind in coming in for him as well. Quick trades coming out onto the board here as GodL Esports are now just getting shut down from every angle whatsoever. Seems as though it is just an unforeseeable future coming in, but Amaterasu quick on the trigger finger will be landing another kill yet again. Now White Horse coming on that rotation is going to be important, but will this 1v5 plus situation happen for him? Maybe or maybe not. And there it is. Very careful, very slow. He hears all the footsteps. He's going to give it the sound of Q as well, but good only for 1 player. Amaterasu coming with the 4 kills, and it's going to be the 3rd overtime coming into this game.
Switching sides.
Third overtime, indeed, and matching up every single round. I don't really know. I don't think it's third. It's 4th overtime. I guess you're walking on to.
Yeah, sorry, the 4th overtime.
At the 4th overtime that we are going in now, you can see the intense gameplay that is revolving around GodL Esports and Team Mahi. It is really, really hard to say what is going to happen, especially Maker not able to perform in the last overtime because he got shut down immediately as soon as he took a very weird peek. He's still going to make him still the 40 kills and 22 deaths. It's really looking amazing. For a player like Maker, I don't know what is going on, but he looks like a literal carry of the GodL Esports.
Well, that is safe to say. I think we can make that statement without any hesitation whatsoever. Because, come on, the guy has gotten 40 kills right now with Jet. You have to be a fragging machine to be able to do that, especially against one of the best teams in India. And not only India, but also in Southeast Asia. Now, 15 to 15, 1 minute to work with on the clock. This time, Team Mahi going for a very different approach than what they previously had gone for. Hevan's positioning is even better because he does take this position pretty often. But will it get spotted out early out into the round? As it is going to be Maker getting shut down by Antidote without any problem whatsoever. And it seems oh so dire, oh so unfortunate. But there it is, Antidote making the push in towards CT, and there it is, Flex shutting him down. Now a 3v4 clutch situation coming in for the players of GodL Esports. The shock dart doing no damage whatsoever. Now, it's going to be a very hard retake to deal with, but it is going to be Helef coming in on that luck and getting that beautiful headshot right through Flex's cranium. Now, there it is, 2v4. And necessarily, this is going to be a done and dusted round as Helef balled it down to a 1v4. And there it is. Chibi just gets 1 kill, but he will get instantly traded out. Team Mahi, 15 to 16. Who is going to be the successor of the map of Icebox?
I don't really know who's going to be the successor in the map of Icebox, but I might be looking on to the 5th overtime because we can see Antidote once again doing that risky buy of Operator and no armor, no utilities, nothing. So if he misses the shot, he can't dash anywhere, which is gonna be a little bit of a problem for. I mean, he can dash, but he can't do any smokes to cover up the line of sight. Coming in,
Antidote, so good with the Operator that he will be shutting down Hevan really early out into the round. Now that's going to be a loss of smokes, but oh, look at that. Helef has been spotted out, and it's going to be Maker somehow managing to get another kill down onto Amaterasu. The shock darts are even better, as it is going to be very impossible for Helef to even try and stay alive in this round. But look at this. He coming in is so perfect. The wrong wall as well, and no, the trades are so good right now. But it's going to be Helef now all alone in the corner, and Maker coming in to the rescue. A full-blown 2v2 coming in, and right to it shuts down White Horse. No sort of a retake, no sort of a positioning even available for Maker to work with. A 1v2 coming in for him. This man, he's done it before. He can do it again and again, as many times he wants to. Antidote no armor, no utility, just one dash. That could
Spike
possibly
planted.
be the reason why they can even clutch out the run. But Antidote clutching things up and Deathmaker letting the pressure get to him. This is going to be the second map win coming in for Team Mahi. Now, who is going to be winning out the third map of the day is the real question. But wow, what an intense overtime of a match.
An intense indeed, where we faced 4 overtimes. I expected to go on a 5th overtime because Deathmaker was still alive, and we have seen the capabilities of Deathmaker, especially when he's sitting there with 43 kills, 24 deaths. Can be called a literal carry of the whole team. Managed to secure so many rounds, managed to secure so many frags. And being the last person alive, I expected, because Antidote had no armor, nothing on him. And he still managed to get the last kill, which was essential for Team Mahi in order to get the second map under their name. And it was really interesting to watch, as it kept me on the edge of my seat, not to forget that these all players are amazingly talented enough, so we can't really say that anyone was at fault over here. But Right to Ace, like I said, most of the kills Right to Ace has managed to secure is just by lurking, and as well as the last round as well, he did manage to lurk around and get the kill onto his teammate, where Deathmaker was left all alone on side. Nothing much to work about, and much to work around. I'm very sorry about my tongue twist, but it was a good try coming in from Deathmaker.
Well, it was a very, very good effort and such a long game being drawn out. We are going to be going in for a quick timeout, as not only us as casters, we are tired, and so are the players. So make sure that you crack open your fresh can of Red Bull and get a nice little sip and a taste of energy, because you will be needing it for the next set of matches. The last 2 maps now being Bind and Split. Where is it going to be? Deathmaker again performing amazingly on Bind and trying to get the map win to a 2-2, or is Team Mahi going to win this one out with a nice whooping sort of a 1 lakh INR prize pool? Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we go into the quick